1 year ago, on this very day, I made a dangerous maneuver. I downloaded Reddit, and I know it has a sort of bad reputation, but when I initially got it, it was only to interact with the community of this one game I really like. However, over the past year, I've run into a few problems with this platform, I guess you call it. And now I think I understand why it's clowned on so much and why its users are too. So I want to address two big issues I've noticed all over the place in the many subreddits I've been on over the past year, because I've joined a variety of other ones outside of that one original one I said I was in. So the first thing I've learned about Reddit, at least from my experience so far, is that a lot of the users don't know how to take jokes and have a lethal weakness to hot takes and opinions they disagree with, even if that opinion is about a random video game. And I've expressed a lot of hot takes on this platform, and none of them were in subreddits of anything serious. They were all Pokemon and video game related as far as I can remember, and yet I've received an otherworldly amount of backlash that I can imagine you'd only be able to witness on Reddit, nowhere else. I remember one time I called the majority of the Pokemon fanbase a hive mind that just mindlessly accepts whatever Game Freak produces, which has been frequently disappointing over the last couple of years. And people responded to me as if I had just spoken the most forsaken, vile, controversial string of slurs and curses ever spoken, even though what I said was pretty much right, and also just a little opinion about a video game. Anyway, there's been plenty of times on subreddits where I've said something negative against a company or a company's actions and received responses along the lines of, "Imagine being angry at a kid's game. Grow up." First of all, I will grow up, but I'm not a legal adult yet, so let's wait a few years. But thank you for acknowledging that I am indeed part of the target audience of the company at hand, and you're probably twice my age. Anyway, I can't stand when people don't even think to consider being disappointed when a company or franchise does something stupid, like how awful and lazy some of the stuff of the latest Pokemon games were. Have you ever had an original thought in your life, or are you a chatbot employed by Game Freak or whatever company to defend the franchise from people like me? Aren't social media and forum-based platforms like Reddit meant for opinions to be shared? Why is there such a huge backlash on this platform for me having slightly negative opinions on literally any topic on the planet? There's been times where I've seen someone express a negative opinion towards something on these video game subs, and their comments get removed by a literal bot because the person was being mean. Are we 2 years old here? I thought Reddit was for 40-year-olds that have never seen a shower in real life, and here we are having stuff like this going on. Anyway, the other problem that I've encountered involves the other purpose that I thought Reddit was for. As I said, I thought Reddit was for sharing opinions, but apparently not. And I also thought it was for asking questions and getting help, which is literally the main purpose of these forum-based platforms like Reddit. Or so I thought. There's been at least 3 times that I can recall where I went onto a subreddit, some that were specifically built for asking questions, and all of which had tens of thousands of members, hundreds of which were active on the subreddit at any given time, and I posted questions I had to those subs, and not a single person replied or even upvoted the posts. So how can a community of thousands of people with hundreds ready to answer your questions suddenly fall silent when they actually have to do what they're supposed to do? I don't know, but it's happened a lot, and it's weird, it's annoying. But going back to Redditors apparently having the shortest tempers of any human specimens, one time I asked for help on a serious topic in my life to this one subreddit, and the response was something like, "Of course no one wants to help you." Now, I'm not the type of person whose jaw drops to the floor, eyes pop out of their head, and disintegrate into a pile of ash when someone says something quote-unquote rude. But what are you accomplishing by spontaneously combusting instead of actually answering the question? Like, I didn't get, like, offended or sad when that person said that. I was just like, oh, okay, thanks for the great answer. That really helped me. There's also this time where I asked a pretty serious question about nutrition and dieting and how I'm affected as a teenager, and the post got removed by a bot because you're literally not allowed to seek help on that subreddit if you mention that you're young. So thanks. I'd like to thank that sub for that, because kids are supposed to think that they're supposed to eat mounds of poison for every meal as if that's healthy. I really appreciate the help that they gave me there. I appreciate that I'm not allowed to try and be healthy as a young person. That's really cool. And one more point I want to make about this is how in many subs I've visited, self-promotion isn't allowed, and I guess I kind of get that, but I've been working on a book for a while now, and I visited many writing subreddits a while back, thinking I'd be able to self-promote there, only to find that they have rules like, self-promoting is not allowed, don't make people read your work, only read stuff of already successful people so that nobody here ever becomes successful. So I was left only being able to ask one question on these subreddits, and that was simply asking for help with what to do next. And what answer did I get from most people? A lot of people said something along the lines of, I hate how many people ask this same question. How dare you be an actual writer in a writing-based subreddit asking for help on a platform dedicated to communities coming together to talk and help one another? So I really don't know what this is all about. I don't know why this is the way it is. I don't know what I was thinking getting into Reddit. I've heard a lot of bad stuff about it. But what have I learned from a year on Reddit? Nothing really. I kind of already knew that this is the nature of humans, and that everyone seems to work against you, no matter what you're trying to do, to bring you down. But I'm still on Reddit because it is nice to interact with communities of stuff you're a fan of, as long as someone doesn't start acting like you're not allowed to be a human with a functioning brain and personal opinions. Yeah. Yeah, so I think this was a quick video. I have no idea how long this is right now. Maybe it was long, but I only wanted to make this one just because I saw that my Reddit account turned a year old, and I was like, okay, I've had some pretty interesting experiences on this goofy platform, so I might as well talk about them. So, yeah, I recently uploaded, oh, here comes the self-promotion. I recently uploaded a 2-part iceberg series. It's not about, like, anything real, really. It's just about, this is gonna sound weird, but it's about memories I've had and, like, scary experiences from my life, but I formatted it into an iceberg. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to check that out, go check that out, and also, thanks for watching this video.